Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So this guy has gone viral on TikTok because he wants his wife, who happens to be a professor, to quit her 9 to 5 and become a stay-at-home wife because he believes now he makes enough money to provide for his family.
To where the money that she makes really does no good for her. I would much rather have her home to where she can help me make more money, making my meals, cleaning the house, handling all the grocery shopping, kids, those things for my kids. But I need my wife home to help make my life easier so I can make us more money. Now I fight and I do content. In the past, we've had to do the dual income thing because life be life. As a woman, you would much rather clock into a 9 to 5 that drains you mentally and physically than to make your man a sandwich. I make enough money now to where her money is honestly detrimental to us making more money through me. Not being at home to help me cook and clean for me and the kid. And I'm taking that mental load of having to worry about finances off her plate completely. We don't want to hire a maid. I don't want to hire a chef. Every man's goal, at least my goal as a man, has always been to retire my mother and my wife. I don't want the two women that take care of me the most, that have loved me the most, to have to work a day in their life anymore. And y'all hated me for that.
Yeah, so this has got a lot of people talking. Some people are saying he's rage baiting. Others are saying that his job is not stable. With content creation, for instance, different months, different amounts of money. You could do something, you can be cancelled. Anything can happen to make you not make a steady, consistent income, right? So why don't you hire a maid, a chef to do that job instead of wanting your wife to quit her career, something that she's worked so hard for? And also, being a stay-at-home mom or wife is not easy, right? It's hard work. And so you can't just come online and say that, because everything you are saying is I, me. Now, this guy, there was this viral video a few weeks ago and I saw him talking about it, where this guy was talking about how he's helping his wife take care of the kids. And he came in to correct that guy, talking about, if you're a man and this is your mindset, you're already wrong as a dad, because it's your responsibility to take care of the kids. So I'm surprised that he's made a video like this. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but all I'm saying is, this is why a lot of women want a man at the end of the finish line, okay? Because that kind of a man will know exactly what he wants in a woman. Because we wouldn't be having this conversation if you went for a woman who wanted to be a stay-at-home wife, but because of circumstances, maybe she had to pick up a couple of shifts somewhere to bring in ends meet, right? But I think the problem is that you went after a woman who could help you at the point in time in your life, right? Now that you feel like you are at that place, you wanted to give up all of that and come and stay at home and make you sandwich. Anyway, let's get into what other people had to say, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. Leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section.
I talked about how she's well accomplished, multiple degrees, been working almost 10 years at her job.
I don't know if you've seen all his videos, but he's been going viral the last couple of days because he's been talking about how he's trying to basically triangulate his wife into becoming a stay-at-home mom because he can afford their lifestyle, and that they don't need her insignificant little professor job that she basically had to get a PhD for. And that since he's a fighter and a social media person, that he makes enough money for her to stay at home, and he'd prefer her to be at home because she needs to be making his sandwiches, his meal prep, cleaning, and basically reducing a woman down to domestic labor. That's literally what his videos are. And everything he's putting in his videos, I feel like maybe it's rage bait, but it's a complete red flag to me, because this is a situation where he's trying to basically triangulate by using social media and himself to force her into being a stay-at-home mom. It's not something that she wants. And he's like forgetting that maybe her job is fulfilling to her. Maybe she just wants to keep the job because, I don't know, she did a fuck ton of school and she's 10 years in. She's 10 years in as a professor. Like I'm like sitting here like, are you serious? He says he's a social media person and a fighter. Those things are literally not the same as a tenured professor. Any one of those, you can literally kiss goodbye at any moment. He could get canceled, or he could literally get really hurt as a fighter and his career's done. And then what are they going to do? He also just goes on to say that he doesn't want to get a chef or a maid because, one, he likes his wife's cooking. Two, he said his wife likes to clean and she thinks and it's therapeutic to her. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, because therapeutic is when she has the time she's going to clean, not an every fucking day thing. And then the cooking part is like, that shit gets old. I cook almost every day for my family, and I'm telling you, I get fucking tired of it. I love to cook. Like, I should do cooking content more, but I love to cook. That gets old. My mom cooked for our family for years, and she was off and on stay-at-home mom, and my mom doesn't even like cooking anymore. She literally hates it now, and she used to love it. That's where I learned to cook. And one of the biggest red flags from his video, like this is a follow-up video to his original video, is that when he said that we have a joint account that we put our money in, and what's the difference when it's only my money, she's still gonna have access. And he hit it with a my money. He didn't say our money, he said my money. So he's already going in with the mindset that the money he's gonna be making, putting in that account is his. He doesn't have the mindset of that this is a partnership. It's literally him. He's a huge red flag. He is a huge red flag. And for him to like sit here and say you'd rather leave your job that you worked hard for, that you got all these degrees for, that you're 10 years in to sit at home and make your husband a sandwich, the misogyny dripping from this man. I'm sitting here like, yes, I would rather work. I'm sorry. I went to school to be able for my job. I've worked really hard. I have a primarily work from home job. I worked really hard to get here. And yes, I would rather go to work than make my man a sandwich, because that is not who I am. That's not what I'm defined as. I'm not defined as a mom. I'm not defined as a wife. I am my own self. I'm a boss ass bitch. I want to make my own money. I don't want no man telling me what I can and can't do, what I can and can't spend on. And I'm not going to have a man tell me that his money, it's his money. Like, I'm sitting here like, I usually like with his videos, I agree with a lot of stuff, but this whole thing made me not like him. I'm about to block his ass because I'm just sitting here like, what are you talking about? Like, this follow-up video is even worse than the first video you made, because you're so misogynistic in this video. Like, I'm like, what is it, the CTE from the fighting? Like, did somebody kick you in your head one too many times? Like, oh, child. And I'm like, to his wife, I'm like, girl, your man is a whole red flag. That's a whole red flag, because it's a difference when like you go into like a stay-at-home situation with your husband and it's like an agreed partnership. And if you do that, ladies, you honestly should be getting a prenup. You should be getting some sort of like money getting put into your own account. Like, it needs to be set in stone legally. I would never do it just willingly off the back. It's gonna be legally. I'm gonna leave here with something. But for him to be trying to push this woman who obviously clearly doesn't want to, because it suits him best. Mind you, he doesn't care how she feels. It suits him best, and he feels like it's the best for their household. This is not a stable agreement. This is not a stable agreement. But comment your thoughts below, ladies. I want to hear, because I have stay-at-home moms that follow me. I have working moms that follow me. I want to even hear the men. Like, what do y'all think? Because if you go watch his videos, I feel like he's going about this the wrong way.
In their life anymore, and y'all hated me for that.
Oh, honey, you missed the mark on this one. You seem like a really good man with good intentions, but there is a lot of internal misogyny that you're not realizing. You can see it so clearly in the way you worded that. I want her to be a stay-at-home mom so that she doesn't have to work. I want her to be retired. I don't want her to work a day in her life. Domestic labor is labor. Being a stay-at-home mom is a job. A hard one at that. One with no days off, nights, weekends, bodily fluids. Like, no respect. The pay is literally shit. And rude bosses that, like, don't know how to tell time yet. My sister was a mechanical engineer. Now she's a stay-at-home mom of 2. She's like, this is the hardest job I have ever worked. Now, she loves it because it's important work to her. It's something that she cares about more than anything in the world. But it is work. It's a labor of love, but it's labor. It's not misogynistic to be or want a stay-at-home partner. But when you don't value the labor that women have traditionally done for generations as labor, that's the problem. When I say pressure to provide, you probably think about men. But women have had a pressure to provide since the beginning of time and pretty much no recognition for it. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I think it's the most important work in the world. My mom was a stay-at-home mother of 4, and my dad provided all of the money. But you would never hear my dad say that Maureen doesn't work. He would say she works harder than me, and he worked a 12-hour shift at a factory job. My dad also saw that if he didn't do any domestic labor, this would not be an equal division of labor. So he actually did most of the cooking and grocery shopping too. You think you're giving her the gift of getting to stay home, but really you're asking a big ask. You're asking her to sacrifice her career, her earning potential for the rest of her life, and so many other things. And depending on how many kids you have and how old they are, you're also asking her to do a really hard job. You're making a mistake that a lot of people, especially women, make. And that is thinking that staying home can be feminist as long as it's a choice. But the choice is really not the important part here. What makes it feminist or not is how respected it is. I don't know if it'll ever be respected in society, but it can at least be respected by the partner. Ask yourself if you would respect a man who was a stay-at-home partner while his wife went away and worked. If the answer is no, then you've got some unlearning and learning to do, my friend. What's infuriating is you are so close to the point. You say that you really want a stay-at-home partner. You say that it will make your life easier, your children's life better, and increase your earning potential over time. Yet you still don't see it as valuable labor. You can structure your marriage in any way, down totally traditional gendered lines or not. You can want a stay-at-home wife, but until you have a major paradigm shift, this will not be a feminist take.
That drains you mentally.
Obviously, this man is rage baiting, but ladies, I want y'all to listen to what he's saying and be very wary, because everything that he said in this video, this is a testament as to why men like to go for younger women, because they frontal lobe and develop. Yeah, now as older women, obviously we see right through everything he's saying, but a younger woman, she would take that as, oh, he loves me, that's my big strong man, he doesn't want me to work, he wants me to give up my career and just take care of him. And then what he's saying is, his wife got multiple degrees, so you want me to give up my multiple degrees, she's about to make tenure to come home and do unpaid labor, and then they'll try and spin it like this, like, yeah, I want to take care care of you. I want to take care of you so you can take care of me. So and they'll spin it like this. Oh yeah, I got multiple degrees, but baby, don't nobody cook the way you cook. Don't nobody clean the way you clean. Honey, no one can take care of our kids the way that you take care of our kids, which is okay. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But the other two, no, you're full of it. And my thing is how he's talking about her making money is detrimental to him making money. So my thing is this, my thing is you're just intimidated by your wife because she has multiple degrees. And then on top of that, what she has a stable income. Okay, because let's be real, boxers, they don't make as much money as you think they make. They fight twice a year. And then here's the thing. This man says he has multiple social medias, so rich people ain't as rich as we think they are. And yet you want your wife to quit her job and be solely dependent on you. No. And another thing, if you want to be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom, you need to make sure you're getting something on your terms. Y'all need to be like Alexis Carrington from Dynasty. Okay, because before her and Blake left, Alexis, stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom, she had a staff that she managed, and she had a house manager. Okay, the house manager manages the staff, and he reports back to her. Okay, but as a wife, she hires all of these people. She hires the house manager. She hires the staff. She knows all of them. Okay, it's her. That's what the women do. Okay, so no. Oh, come stay at home. Come cook and clean, girl. If you gonna stay at home, you better have a staff that you're managing. Because I'm not about to be cooking and cleaning. And no. Oh yeah, I got multiple degrees, but you want me to come stay at home and do unpaid labor while you're out there making a big name for yourself and making a big career for yourself, and then she'll just be your little wife, right?
Life is hard.
Man, y'all go watch this whole video, but I heard a lot of me. That's crazy. Like, not once did I hear, anything about acknowledging what your wife actually wants, Now, I know you can whoop my ass, but that's here nor there. The point is, like, if you wanted a woman that didn't want to work, why didn't you get with a woman that didn't want to work? Oh, because you couldn't afford it back then. There are plenty of women out here who would gladly stay at home and, bet on your potential so that they could sit at home and just be the trophy wife. But you didn't want that back then because you still wanted to live a certain way. And the fact that your wife is actually smarter than you. Maybe that CTE kicking in from when you was playing ball and now you boxing. You thinking short term because you see that money rolling in. She has a stable job, bro. She got the insurance and the 401k. His wife is an accountant and a professor as an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a content creator and a fighter. Two jobs or whatever you want, forms of making money that have a limited shelf life. You could get your shit rocked tomorrow and can never fight again. Then what you gonna do? People can stop with your content. Your content money goes up and down. You can't bet your life on. You don't make. I ain't counting no pockets, but you ain't costing that, bro. You're not making that type of money to where content creation can retire you like that. Because if you was, you would just hire a fucking chef and a nanny. If all to make your life easier, if you have the means to make your life easier, you don't need your wife to do it. You could hire a chef. That's the compromise. That's how you get your easier life so you can go make more money and your wife can still work. But it's not about convenience. You just want your wife not to work, bro. You want your wife in the house. But if you want a woman that was gonna stay in the house, you should have got a woman that wanted to stay in the house, not a career-driven woman. That woman worked hard to earn that degree. That woman worked hard to achieve what she's achieved in her profession the same way you have. But you on the internet embarrassing her. Now she got to go to work and her profession, at her school or wherever she is a professor at, and have people look at her sideways because her husband or telling all their fucking business, embarrassing her. Like, that's why that content creation be having y'all fucked up in the head, bro. Like, and then everybody's the weird people for now judging you for putting this shit out here like that. See, because if she doesn't want to stop working, but then she stops working to appeal to your needs, right? And then it don't go how, what I'm saying? She gonna be resentful. She gonna resent you, bro. And you don't want that. Maybe her going to work and doing what she doing gives her impact in the world and makes her feel, gives her purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Outside of you and them fucking kids, bro. So she gotta cut her dreams and her ambitions and all that shit out to appeal to you because you make more money. And to belittle what she does and what the money she make don't even do nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And y'all heard me brag about my wife getting her master's degree, fucking, she air traffic controller, then she switched to air traffic maintenance, and now she a fucking paralegal in the Navy. I brag about that shit all the time. It put a smile on my, and I got means to do the same shit. Probably not to that big level, but I might have to get rid of my BMW, but we could, I could maintain it. But when I see her come home from work and she light up telling me all the mess and the drama because she the legal clerk now, she know everybody's business. You know what I'm saying? That she like that shit. She take pride in that shit. When she air traffic controller, she had passion for that shit, directing and controlling and maintaining them planes, and even just as a E6 in the Navy, mentoring junior sailors and shit. She like that. So maybe you should actually talk to your lady instead of getting on the internet embarrassing her, bro.
The money that she makes really does no good.
I feel like you guys are choosing to not want to understand what he's saying. You guys do so many things outside of marriage that you actually don't know what goes on inside of one. He said he made to a point financially where her money doesn't really do anything good for the family. Let's just say he's making $5 million a year and she's making $100K a year. Her $100K doesn't do anything to help support his income already being at $5 million. Now he's saying if his wife took up more of the responsibilities of cooking and dealing with the children, he could go double his money to maybe like $10 million a year. So what is $100K to her $10 million? When you get into a marriage, it's not about you anymore. You do what's best for the family. Even if that means you have to leave your 6-figure job for the other person to go double or triple the money for the family, you will do that. 90% of y'all will leave your six-figure jobs right now if your husband had the opportunity to go make $5 million a year. In 3 years of that, y'all could retire with $15 million, $10 million, $20 million. Y'all could retire with generational money. Y'all kept saying he does fighting and content creating. 2 jobs that's not very stable. But the thing is, he goes on a strong 3-year run, $10, $15 million a year. That will be more money than what she can touch making $100K. And if you disagree to what he's trying to say, then you are the person that should not be getting married if you're not gonna make sacrifices like that. Because what are you still working for if your husband's making $10 million, but you want to be like, oh, I need to keep working, I want to make my $100K. It took me 10 years to get my degrees. Now you're just being selfish and doing shit for yourself. And within a marriage, if he goes out and cheats with all that money, guess what? You're getting half of that shit.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I feel like this is one of the reasons why most women would rather have a finished product. A man who is already accomplished, knows what he's doing in his life, how to make money, bought his house, does everything. Because they know that for certain, if that kind of man is coming after you, he knows what he wants in a woman. I mean, you can easily hire a nanny, somebody to help around the house so she can continue doing her job. Because imagine this relationship doesn't work out for her. What happens? What happens then? She may have stayed in the house for 2 to 3 years, 4 years, and she has to go back and look for a job after leaving that field for so long, and nobody wants to hire her. And then what happens to her? You're not thinking about her. You're not thinking about her long term, what makes her happy. If that's what she wants, then that's fine. But clearly, it looks like she doesn't want that. And if she doesn't want that, you can't be forcing her to do something that she doesn't want just because you feel like this is your dream and you want to live your dream. That's selfish. That's very selfish. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And as for that guy talking about women has to sacrifice, how long are women going to sacrifice? We sacrifice our bodies, our time, our hearts, everything, our goals. And now she has to bury her dreams. She has to bury her dreams. These are the things that she wanted. And you're calculating 50 million. Do you think millions is what matters to everybody? Not everybody cares about that. All right. Some women, yes, they will jump at it. They will be so happy. That's why I'm saying it's best for a man to know what he wants in life, go after it, than, going after a woman that he knows that that's not the kind of woman I want. But then this will work at this point in time in my life since I need her to help me out, only for him to change his mind as the years goes by and he's figured things out. He's like, oh, no. Yeah, I love you. But, this is not the kind of woman I want. I want you to become this woman for me. Right? And this also will lead to cheating because he's going to go after certain women who will make him feel like he's the boss, who will stroke his ego and make him feel good about himself. A mess. Okay? So since he has mentioned this, if I were the woman, if you want to stay in that relationship, please keep your career. Don't make that mistake. Because even if you leave that career for him, what is going to happen is he's going to cheat on you with women who are career women because of his ego and his pride, basically. All right? Because of his ego, he wants these women who don't know how he started, how he got here. Women have suffered. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Men always want women to be rotating, running around, jumping like monkeys on trees. Oh, you want me to stand up? Yes. When he wants you to be a career woman, yeah, you should put on that hat. When he wants you to be a wife, you should put on that hat. But they don't do anything. They just stand there doing one thing. That is just being a man. Right? So do you blame the women who don't want to be in relationships? No. Because if you have to deal with this in your relationship, coming on the internet to get people to convince your wife to stop her career, something that she loves, and now you're going to hold that over her, right? Make her feel bad about it until she complies to make you happy. And if she leaves the relationship tomorrow, she'll be branded a bad woman, a woman who doesn't want to submit. All she wants to do is work for somebody else instead of working for her husband. All I'm saying is don't blame women for wanting an already made man, number one. And go after women that you actually want. If you want a stay-at-home woman, please go after that. And make sure that you have your finances in check, you have your goals and everything in check before you decide to get married, have children and all of that. Don't go and find somebody who will help you along the way and come back and complain about it. All right? It's just wrong, in my opinion. And as for the ladies, yes, another reason not to build with a man. because that's what they're going to end up doing to you. I remember a few months ago, there was this video of this guy who also did something similar. This woman had a 6-figure job. She was making a lot of money. She was taking care of everything until he could figure it out. The moment he made his first 10K or 20K, he was like, oh, I want you to quit your job and come and stay at home and be a stay at home. I'm like, what? And the woman said no. And they were talking about it on a podcast, and I was like, this is why. This is the reason why most women would rather be single. This is the reason why most women file for divorce. This is the reason why most women would rather be child free. Because when you calculate 1, 2, and 3, and 5, you realize that it never equals to 10. There's something wrong somewhere. And it's definitely not the women, it's the men. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. And I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Bye.